was nothing in there.
No.
Then why?
I know. I know why. And I think she did too at the end. She knew her time was coming. And so, I'm guessing our compatriot here spotted the turrets before they went in and gave her a noble death.
Noble. Could have used this
For the
still.
cause.
For the cause. What about you, big guy? I looked to his torso. He's taking some shots, right? How you looking?
I'm alright. I'll live.
Are you lying? Out of character?
No.
Alright.
Pain is nothing new to me.
Noted. I look around to see where it is we have to go next. The next floor. I think that, again, this is an R&D room, offices. So, Pulse, you have no research? Nothing?
Not anymore.
All right. No more stunts.
Just a question for RP purposes. Do replicants like have a memory chip or something like that?
No, there is no memory chip. You are not mechanical in any way. You are biologically engineered.
Okay.
Yeah, there's obviously a mechanical process in engineering your memories and things like that, but if you're an N8, if you're an N6, you do not have those. The only memories that you have are the ones that you experienced upon wake forward.
Okay, so I lean down to the body of I forgot her name.
Janice.
Janice. I almost said Mavis. I lean down to Janice's body. She has an old worn handkerchief that she would use to like wipe her eyes, wipe her nose, just like an older woman would have. And I grab it. And I put it in my pocket. I look to the others. Are we leaving her here?
We can't bring her with us.
No. But they can't find her either. I rummage through her trench coat and I see one of the 4 Molotovs that she made. And unceremoniously, I'm going to just uncork it and...
I grab your wrist.
What?
And then I mean, if you let me, I grab your wrist. And I gently take the Molotov out of your hand. And I grab Janice's body. I put it over my shoulder. I'll do it.
You don't have
take
to.
her to the entrance we made.
All right.
I set her down. And I pour the flammable liquid on her. I just look down.
You don't have to do that. It's my job.
It's not a job to me. And you'll see him bowing his head, and he's silent. And for everyone looking on, it looks like he's saying a prayer. And then he looks up, takes his lighter, lights her up. And the hope is that in this abandoned section that we came through, that the sprinklers and alarms won't be triggered.
That's a good point. Game Master, do we roll to see if the fire suppression is triggered or no?
If memory serves, and chat, I may call on you here. I'm pretty sure you have 2 banked free successes, by the way. So yes, you can roll, or you can use one of those. Also, just because I am the audience and the audience is me in this moment, what do we see when Hodge is praying? What about the 2 of you? How do you react to this very human act?
I don't think I moved when he took the Molotov from me. I'm watching him, but I'm still standing there, hands in my pockets.
I'm enraptured by the process. I've sort of stopped everything else. I'm just staring.
As I walk out of the abandoned section, in order for hopefully the smoke not to come through the hole, I grab a table or a desk. I pick it up and I put it in front of the hole to contain the smoke. I take a deep breath, straighten my tie. I turn around and walk back to the group.
I think you'll notice that, like, once my hands are up my pockets, I seem to keep releasing my grip and tightening up again. I don't know, maybe perhaps it's a nervous tick or something, but otherwise I think my expression is the same as it always has been this entire mission. Just me.
What were you doing?
Are you
Hodge?
talking to me?
What were you doing?
I was putting a friend to rest.
But what were you doing?
Oh. I said a prayer.
To what?
Whatever's listening.
I think we're here against the will of our maker. So,
These people are not our maker. No more than their parents are their maker. We are alive. If there is a higher power, it's a higher power to both of us.
okay, well, let's move, huh? We don't have time. They'll be on us soon. I look around and I think I want to try and use... Actually, I don't think we found anybody here, did we? It's an empty floor, right?
Just the turrets.
Right. I think that here there is a lift, but it only takes us to the what on floor 32?
I think so. Let me just double check.
Okay.
But yeah, I think you had just rolled a 10 to get up. I'll scroll through. I'm so sorry. I don't have which floor you're on right now. But please continue.
all right.
I'll find it.
Okay, so I think we're on floor 32. I think that there is a lift here, and the building is strange insofar as that, like, you would think there'd be one lift that'd be going from the bottom all the way to the top, and sure, there might have been if we had the credentials. We did not. So we're taking, like, the worker kind of like lifts, and they're staggered based on exactly, like, you know, what permissions you have to go through the building. And, well, we took a shortcut to get here in the first place, and the lift that we have is one of a slightly higher, I guess, security clearance, but we're already up at floor 32. I think if we were to call this lift, we would notice that this only goes up to floor 35, I want to say. But it's strange because it's like it goes 32, 33, 34, and then A. But I know that's the floor we need to get to. Are we good to go?
Roger.
All right. I walk inside, and I don't think I need my biometrics, but I just press the button that says A. And after a few seconds, we get up, and the lift opens, and ahead of us is unlike anything I think anybody here has ever seen before, because it's not an office. I think this room is about maybe 2 floors high. But it's not an office building. There are no tables, there are no chairs. In fact, it looks like we're outside. It's like we're in an arboretum right now. It's like a garden with all these strange gen mod plants and crops and trees. It's a garden. It's like the Garden of Eden, you know, like with a strange statue in the center of a man that I don't know.
So it has the smells of the garden as well?
Yes.
Okay.
But
so it is
strange.
ostensibly real.
Right. And ahead of us, on a bench, is one man watching the lift.
Looking at us?
Yeah.
Yes. He is looking in your direction, and he has a curious look. But his body is relaxed, and he's waiting.
I look directly to RJ.
Yeah.
I look directly to RJ, waiting for the fist on the chest.
I glanced back and looked dead ahead, but I don't make the sign. I look around and then cautiously approach.
As you begin to approach, I slowly begin to stand up, hands a little on my knees, maybe a slight sort of stretching groan comes out as I get up, and I turn towards you, and I wait.
I don't make the first move. I'm staring at this guy. Unblinking, untrusting.
Endless paths entwine.
In choices you define
Oh. Hi. He begins to walk towards you with a good amount of confidence. And he has his hand slowly reaching out towards yours as it gets closer. Hi.
I do not reach out to shake his hand.
Oh, that's all right.
You're the guy.
Yes. You may have seen my name, well, for the communications as Barn Owl. I believe you are aware of Finnick.
You could say that. Yeah.
I am Sagan Reed, and it is a pleasure to meet you kids.
Do you have any weapons on you?
Weapons? Oh, goodness, no. But you are welcome to look, please. I can understand this is... Well, look where we are.
I begin to search. Do I find anything?
Oh, you find nothing. Little bits of paper. You'll find some candy in one pocket. You can have that.
What is it?
It's candy. It's sweet. It's not dangerous at all. If you'd like, I'll take one myself and eat it, just so you can see. You can pick which one as well, just so you don't think I'm trying to choose something dangerous. And you don't have to eat it at all if you don't want to.
Candy will rot your teeth.
Yes, it will, but you know, I think it's worth it.
I look at you for too long of a pause. And then I put peace in my mouth.
Okay. Isn't it good?
I can't taste it.
Oh. Well, if we had more time, I would go into a description. And I know you can't really trust me completely, but I do hope you trust that it is really good. It's strawberry. Well, close to strawberry. Okay. We need to go over a few. Wait a minute. There should be. Is there not? I thought there was 4. I know there was communication about a number of people, but maybe I read that wrong. He looks behind them at the elevator to see if there's another person in there.
We're sorry to disappoint. She couldn't make it.
No disappointment. Not at all. Okay, so let's see here. Level 52. Let's see. So I've had to do a few little tricky things here and there. A memo went out recently. There's some fervor on the higher floors. Getting through it might be a little, well, not tricky, but I will have to ask that you let me move forward first. I'll give you a signal or a word or something to let you know that it's okay. We're not going to be taking the elevator. Not the one you came from, of course, that one only comes here. The one over there. That one goes up a few more floors. We're not going to be taking that. There is a stairwell. It's a sort of a worker's area just between floor to floor. It'll get us up a few. We can go through there, but I don't want to assume for you.
Are
Again,
you wearing a badge or identification like that's obvious?
Yes, yeah. You would see clipped to my sweater is it says Sagan Reed. There's a few different words in there. It talks about it's like an intellectual analyst, and it has a couple little symbols underneath there that you may or may not know would indicate my level of security, which is fairly high.
Are you a known entity at Tyrell?
Oh,
Meaning,
yes.
like, would we have heard of you, like, from papers or anything?
You, if you ever looked into technical aspects of the process of determining the awareness, the intelligence level of replicants, which there would be an extensive amount of filing for that, you would find that there would be, my name would be in places where I would be taking, I would have been taking recordings of different things. I would have been doing psychological testing to a very limited degree, trying to create, which I would be known for, an almost childlike test that we would give the replicants to see if they had a lot of basic functionality within their understanding. I had published some papers on an EMS recombination, and that's probably where the majority of my, I'm going to use the word fame, but it's not. It can be pretty dry to read.
I know who you are.
Oh,
I'm guessing Pulse does as well.
yes.
Why would someone like you, who has spent their lifetime, their career, employed by this company, why would you turn?
There was never a turn. You are real. You are just as human. I believed it as such before I even started the process of trying to determine your intellect, your emotional ranges, of which you have both. Just because somebody added a few extra bits and bobs into you doesn't mean that you're not worthy of the same respect as those that did the work. You are a person. And not many see it that way. I don't know how to convey it to people. I've tried using my numbers, my tests, to show that. There's only so much I can advocate for you. After a while, it made sense to help in a different way. I'm here. I couldn't sleep at night knowing that there are so many people with no real rights. So, there was no turn. It's just who I am. It's how people should be.
I agree with everything you say, except for one thing. I am a person, but I am no human.
I nod slowly to that. Then I
You
look
like
at
that?
this.
Oh, go ahead.
Go on.
Oh, I was just going to say, you like this distinction.
It's not about liking, it's about what's the truth.
Then I will change how I categorize you. I don't have a right to make that assumption, and I do apologize. So, what are you?
I don't know if we've come up with a consensus on what we like to be called,
Of course.
just not human. I
Well,
don't
again-
even mind being called a replicant. It's what I am.
Well,
I'm sure
I'll,
there are people who would take umbrage at that.
I do, but it's your preference. It's not mine. maybe for now, we can just both be colleagues and we can move forward together.
Or
But
you can call me Hodge. I put up
Hodge. I am very warm. If you could see how fast my heart was beating, it's very fast. I shake your hand. I put the other hand over it before I put that hand on your shoulder. Hodge. That is a wonderful name. Very good. Very good. Hodge. Well, again, Sagan. Please call me Sagan.
I'm Pulse.
Yes, Pulse. Of course you are.
And we are running out of time.
Well, that's a terribly long name. But I agree. We will take the stairs. We will go ahead and head up. The stairs should be empty. They are just not used. People are too lazy. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll get up a few floors. We can check the doors as we go. I know that I have the ability to get into a few of them, but the next couple levels get a little finicky with the authorizations and the people that are allowed. It's just the nature of the projects there. So we'll see how far up we can get. I can tell you that depending on where we are able to get into, I should have a pretty good knowledge of where to go next. So
I think as you lead us to the stairs, the audience or the camera pans back and you see everything here is synthetic in one way or another. Nothing is truly the same as what is outside. If you were to go to a park or a forest, it's all synthetic, it's all Tyrell. The grass towards the staircase is longer than the manicured lawn where the bench was that Sagan was sitting. The blades themselves are long and thick like stalks of asparagus. As we walk towards the staircase, there are orchids, and you see as Sagan leads the way, the orchids almost turn like sunflowers towards him. But as we follow, the orchids do the same, but they change color from this pure white to this alert red. The flowers themselves almost seem to slowly wither and revert to bulbs.
don't mind the mood flowers. They're over-engineered bullshit. Not an indication of anything. I get to the door and I open it up. The staircase has a pretty simple layout. 5 to 6 steps, landing, 5 to 6 steps, landing, and so on. I begin to take a step up the stairs and then another and another. I'm spry is a good word for it. Now that I'm on my feet, I think the more I'm moving my muscles, the warmer they're getting. I'm not going overly fast, and I'm not looking behind me either. I'm just heading up. We get to the first door, and I grab the handle, jiggle it. Of course, it's not going to open. I use my card on it, and it gives me a light, a green one. And I say, all right, so this is an option. Let's keep going. And then we head up. We probably head up, I'm going to say 3 to 4 floors, probably 4, by the time I'm getting a red light. I'll turn to all 3 of you and say, all right, I know there's a few more floors higher than this in this stairwell, and then it stops. We can continue to see, but I'm not expecting it to work. The little slide. I have a few things that we can do, but I won't be able to do it from these little security nodes on the door. So how about we go back down one? We'll go into the 30, I think it was 35th, 36th, I'll have to look again, floor, and we'll just go from there. What do you say?
I rolled insight to see if you are being deceptive.
I am not. To your...
And I got one success, by the way.
Yes. To your eye, I seem genuine.
Do you have any implants?
Yes, I do. My eyes. Otherwise, I'd be wearing glasses. A wonderful fashion statement, but unnecessary.
Mine were given to me so that I could be more relatable.
Well, I think they work. I lead them back down to the door. I slide...
I put my hand on his shoulder gently. And before we go through another door, I look at him. I want to believe that you're with us. And you've said all the right things. And I've heard you. However, we need to trust each other. And that goes both ways. So I'm going to ask you if we could have your badge, your pass, and use it with you present. But you'd let me hold on to it.
Of course. And I take it off and I hand it over. I mean, looking at the three of you, you'll be able to move much faster than I anyway, so if something happens, that'll be good. I will need...
You understand, I hope.
Oh, yes. I think this is a good thing to bring up right now, the trust. It is possible that we could run into some people. I might be able to explain away a few things if you allow it, but that is only if you allow it. However, if you are found out and there is an opportunity to run.
We're not here to run.
Well, toward your goal, not away from it. And I'm under no misconceptions or misunderstandings when it comes to... I know the choices I'm making here. I know where they lead. One's in the ground and the other's behind bars. And then eventually the ground, because they don't want someone like me being seen. This is important. If I say run, I'm not telling you to leave. But I hope you will listen. Leave me there. I put another candy in my mouth. Okay, so you... Oh, yes.
Is your cover still intact? As far as you know.
As far as I know, yes.
So if we leave you, you could blend back into the company.
Yes. Oh. You know, not that I would prefer it, but A stab wound or a bullet may sell it. I don't really want that to happen, though, so if we could avoid it, I'd appreciate it. But yes, I don't think anyone is aware.
I don't think a bullet or stab wound will be necessary. I feel like it pretty easily put you to sleep without doing any damage.
Well, I will trust you. So,
Goes both ways.
yes. Yes. I pat him on his very tall shoulder. I was like, okay, all right, you'll open the door, but I do want to be the first face in the door, if that's okay. Just to...
What are we walking into?
So this floor is, it's a bit of a manufacturing zone, but it's for these very specific components that are used in testing devices. It is not necessarily sparse, but it is, there's not a lot of workers, but there are a few people about. There's some rooms that have glass walls, and you'll see some people behind there with a mask and a full body suit. They really don't pay attention to anyone around them. I've tried to wave. They don't. So we're likely to be okay here.
Boss?
Yeah.
Go.
Fennec trusts him. I don't. But I have no choice. So yeah, let's go.
I wave the cart over and step back.
Okay. I open the door. I look in, and there is a hallway that seems to branch off a fair ways away. You can just see the beginning of the glass walls, probably about 15 yards into this very long hallway. But for the most part, it's empty. It's very sterile in here. Very bright lights. There would never be any hiding for anyone in this space. Okay, well, I don't see anybody, so the thing I like to do is just walk forward with confidence. All right, so shoulders back a little bit. Pulse, can you do that for me? Can you put your shoulders a little bit back there? Chest out, not too much. I want that chin. That chin needs to be almost perpendicular. No, excuse me, parallel. That'd be different. With the floor. And we are going to walk forward, the three of you, just behind me, side by side. If you can, match your steps. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Here we go. We start walking down the hallway. As we go, our shoes will squeak, and the patter of each footfall is very noticeable. I would say that within the first step, they seem to be in, the three behind me have perfect synchronization. I'm not surprised, but I do smile. As we go, I don't even look at the glass windows. I don't want to give any indication that I even care that they're there. I know I'm supposed to be, so I walk forward until I get the little turn. And when I do, there are a few doors that look like office doors that lead to an elevator. And I stop once we are at that turn, past the windows, and I look at the three of them and I say, all right, people do work there. I'm not sure when their lunch break would be, but they're pretty steady in there. So there's oh gosh, that's Kara right there. I've had lunch with her. She's Jim. I don't remember who's in that room, but they never leave. And he starts naming off a few of them. He goes, if any of them come out, I'll do the talking. But I want you to trust me. If you feel like something's amiss, you feel like you need to add something, I trust you. When we get to the elevator, I should be able to use it to bypass a couple floors. The next one I'm able to get to is 40, 43, 42, 43. I can't remember. It's fine. So, shall we?
Lead the way.
As I'm walking down, I casually begin to banter at them. You know, it's interesting. I had an odd dream last night. I was at my favorite noodle bar. They serve an orange juice drink that is, it's not great, but I have a good memory and story behind it. It doesn't matter. But while I was there, I remember feeling that there were all these cameras pointed at me. They weren't taking pictures, they were just watching. It's a little unsettling, but it's kind of the world we live in anyway, isn't it? Have any of you had a dream? Maybe like that, or maybe not.
Of course I've had a dream, Sagan. What are you talking about? Who are your friends back there? Are they new? Do they have clearance?
Oh my gosh. Jim? John. Jim.
Jerry.
Jerry. Hello, Jerry. I walk up to him and I give him the same handshake with one hand on his shoulder. Jerry.
I reach out to shake his hand and I give the usual kind of like, there's no energy in the shake, so he's doing all the work and it's just not pleasant.
Well, look, I mean, if it's fun. You don't enjoy talking about dreams? And yes, these three are, well, I can't talk about it, but...
It's been a long day, Sagan.
Oh, sorry. I you know, we can just move on. I don't want to, you know, bother you. You do seem a little tired. Have you been eating enough? You don't. You look a little, there's a pallor. And he leans in really close to his face.
Let's just say it's been a long month.
Oh.
A long year, Sagan.
Yeah, that's fair. Have you gotten outside recently, or to feel the rain on you or something? Have you just locked away in there, or?
What are you getting at, man?
You need to get outside.
What do you mean?
I lean into RJ and I say, Jerry is one of the people that we need.
All right. I look around as Jerry's moaning at Sagan and how many people are in here?
So, as we're standing here, as of right now, it is just Jerry with us. He is probably, we're roughly 20 feet from the elevator. He just stepped out of his office. You looking around would notice that there are quite a few other doors here. There's probably 6 or 7 doors, probably 8 total, potential of 8 people that could be behind those, or excuse me, 7 other people behind those doors. And there's really no way of telling.
All right.
You should really have some candy. Hold on, let me get one for you.
Sagan, not again with your candy. I hate your candy. I'm diabetic.
Well, there's no sugar in these. I mean, I am too. Didn't we talk about that? I could have sworn. I am curious. Did I hear in any way? I'm assuming I didn't hear Pulse talk to RJ.
I would have kept it very quiet.
Very quiet. Okay. So yeah, I'm fishing around in one of my pockets, and then I pull out a little piece of candy. I'm like, if you're not going to go outside, you should at least, have a treat or something. And I'm unwrapping it. I'm like, just one. They're really delicious. And there you go.
Okay. These may be sugar-free, but you'll be the death of me.
Me? No, never. Okay. Well, we have to continue on, Jim. So, excuse me.
It's Jerry.
Jerry. That's what I said. Come on.
Sure you can, but not those three. No, that clearance.
Oh, no. They are with me. My clearance should... no, wait a minute. That should have been sent to you. You didn't get the memo.
I make the memos. I write the memos. Which memo?
No. You don't write these memos. That would be ridiculous. This is a clearance from the lower levels to the upper levels. You should have gotten one. It would have been sent out a few hours ago.
I just checked my... he spins around on his chair.
I'm looking quickly to RJ.
I look to him, and then I look to Hodge. And I make the signal. I don't see a... let's see. No.
Yes, it should be. I will say
I do a
that...
quick look around. Are there witnesses?
As of right now, no.
I grab him by the throat.
Okay. As he gets grabbed, he would have found a filed memo with their clearances. It was something that Sagan needed a little help. But as he sees it, they get grabbed. Sagan steps back, but doesn't look too concerned.
Oh, I see. It's right. What the hell, man?
I look at RJ. And I look at Sagan, waiting for what to do next.
I nodded.
Oh, I have a question or two. What was the reason for this?
I'm sorry, did you say you nod?
I nod at you. Yeah. It's over.
I squeeze.
His glasses shatter and he falls to the floor, crumpled on the floor.
I'm not sure if I'm following what's going on here. Why did you hurt poor Jim?
We need clearance.
Clearance? Well, that...
And Jerry here.
Oh!
His eyes are required.
Yes. Well, we could have done it different. That's fine. I understand, and this is important, and Sagan looks over to Jerry, and
shaking out plastic.
There's a frown on Sagan's face, because I don't like loss of life, but I understand the stakes here. Do what you need to do. I will be in. I will look out, and I'm standing, waiting for anybody to potentially show up, walk out of their office to attack them with pleasantries and kindness and too much talking.
I just have like a roll of garbage bags, and I'm just shaking one out.
Where can I put him?
Oh, let's see. There's a chute. No. Sagan takes a second. He's not lost, but you can see him. He closes his eyes, and we're gonna have to take him up with us. At least a floor.
All right. Either way.
Okay, all right. I think seeing Hodge pick up the body, you'll see Sagan definitely has a frown on his face, but he takes a breath in, finds a very sturdy composure, and goes, "Oh, you are strong." And then he continues forward to the elevator. Have they already taken? Did you take his eyes out when I was not looking?
So if you specifically said to bring the body with us, then I would have suggested to Hodge, you should break his legs so that we can fit him in the garbage bag.
Okay. Are we taking the stairs or the elevator?
The elevator goes up to a floor that will be quite vacant, and then from there we'll be going on the stairs again.
We'll wait till we get him up there. I don't do that.
All right. I get us into the elevator, and we're standing there as it's going up. It's quiet. There's no elevator music. And I think that I turn to look at each one of them, and I just want to see if there's any sort of remorse. But I'm not expecting it.
My facial expression hasn't changed since the first time you saw me.
Oh, not this one.
Nothing from Hodge. This is business.
I'm actually watching you.
I smile at each one in turn, and I hold my smile at Pulse. It's like, it has been a busy day, hasn't it? Hopefully.
It's for the cause.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is for the cause. And at that point, the elevator
None
door...
of us want to do this.
Good. I turn around towards the door opening. All right. There are some trash chutes. There should be. There was construction on this level, and I'm looking around for it. I will actually, if I could, I would like to roll for it, but I don't have the is it this one? Okay.
Yes.
I have one available. I'm looking around. It is cluttered in here. The lighting is poor. There's debris on the floor. You can see that walls have been put up in some places and torn down in others. It is just a place in flux. I am looking around. I'm going to use observation to see if I spot or remember where it is. And I don't see it.
Wait, roll that again.
Oh,
Did you roll
actually,
the right
yeah,
one?
I thought I did. This might be an issue. Oh, I'm sorry.
Put the name in there and then hit enter first. Just so I know you're on the right one.
Let's see. Yeah, I might have the issue.
Because it still shows
Yeah, I'm seeing that as well.
Here, hold on, I got it. Oh,
Did
there.
that?
Nope, I see it now.
Okay.
Now do observation.
Let me find it. Oh, it is. I'm not sure it's... All right, here we go. I will push this.
Okay. So...
Oh, I'm sorry. Should I have waited?
No, you're going to push it for a more critical success because you've succeeded with one.
No,
That was
did
the
I?
push.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah,
Okay.
you're good. So you have the one success
Yeah, so
for
I
everybody.
begin to scratch my head a little bit, and I'm looking around, and then I go, oh yes, it's over there. There's an orange square around a hole of sorts. You should be able to put it in there. It'll go down to the trash. It will be found eventually. We should be good for now, though. And then I just sort of step back.
Then I'll take the eyes out.
Oh yes.
I assumed we needed the body.
Oh, no. I just, leaving it behind there. It's a very clean environment. They have these little contraptions that move about. Something would have bumped into it. It would have been a whole thing. It's just good for us to sort of get rid of it for now.
Please put him down here.
I do.
And quickly and methodically, we'll start to perform surgery and remove another eye. Do these eyes match the color of your eyes, Hodge?
Oh, the eyes of the...
Of Jerry.
Let's roll for it. Please. Some chaos. Oh, you were already doing it.
Yes.
Are you going to be able to hold still?
Is that a question?
Yes.
Yes,
Lay down, please.
I do.
I'll try to be fast.
I try and hold his head still, as he did me.
I will then begin to perform surgery first on Jerry to remove his it was right or left eye, or is Hodge, I'm not sure if Hodge is a Nexus 6 or 8.
I was just about to ask that.
I look at you, and because it's in the right eye, if I remember correctly, from 2049,
Yep.
when he has
I will trust
Batista.
you because I thought it was left, but I'll trust you. I'll double check though, real quick. You continue the
He says,
scene.
"Look up and to the left."
Yep.
I cover my right eye, and I take this one.
Yep. It is the right eye. You were correct.
So you point to your left eye or to your right eye?
I point to my left eye, and I
Okay.
say, "This is me. I'm keeping it."
It's your decision. Quickly
I
and
take off my
cleanly.
glasses, obviously. Sorry.
Quickly and cleanly, I'm going to remove Jerry's left eye then. And
He doesn't
then
move, but you do see, a wince at the very least, just like that.
I proceed to remove Hodge's eye and make the transplant. It'll take a minute or so to get acclimated.
You'll need to roll for this. Or use one of your banked successes.
How many do we have?
You have
You have
2
2.
at the moment.
Okay.
Although I did just ask for a complication, and you're providing one or have already provided one, correct? So that's you actually have 3 now. Because every time you accept a complication, you get to bank an auto success. Even though I didn't outright say it on the stream, I put it in the DMs and you guys took it. So
Right.
You have 3.
I'll use one.
So now you have 2. Perfect.
Rip Jerry.
Rip Jerry. Dead on floor 43.
As I finish it, I will try to gauge the reaction of Sagan.
Do I need to have it installed? Or can I just have it to use it? Like, do I have to have the other eye put in? Or can I just take it to use it?
I believe you have to be able to look around with the eye. That would make sense from a security standpoint in this alternate reality future thing to me.
Sagan is queasy. Is probably the reaction. He's a little pale, and he's glancing over at the body with the empty socket. Small grimace every now and then, but also still fairly stable. Doesn't seem upset or anything like that. Just it's gross.
It's quick and clean. It's like watching like a robot. If you've ever watched a robot, them testing out medical robots, like it's I'm not going to go into detail, but it's very clean and quick and
Precise, yeah.
precise.
I would say that Sagan would probably have a reaction to that as well. Another smirk, and this was intrigue, just
I
impressed.
sit up. And I put my glasses back on. And I take out Janice's handkerchief. And I wipe under my eye.
What does it look like? Janice's handkerchief.
It's got ducks on it.
I love it.
It's like a little like pale blue handkerchief with little yellow duckies, like rubber duckies on it.
That tracks.
I pull out a small bottle. I open the top and I pull out 2 very small white tablets. Say, for the pain, and I just press them into his hand. I don't really ask permission. I just give them to him.
Thank you.
Of course.
I take them and I put them in my pocket. And I look at him. I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah, well.
But I want to be 100% clear-headed for what's to come.
Oh,
I promise
yes.
you I will take those after we're done.
Good. They'll help. All right. Oh boy, they've done a little bit of work here. I'm scanning around. I'd like to roll observation with disadvantage because you can see Sagan is struggling. I know that there is... No. And I will push this. No. This is the northern wall. Yeah, that's the... No, this
you
is
are
the...
rolling with disadvantage.
I on
Yeah,
purpose.
he wanted to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
sorry
thank
about
you. No, this is this, and I continue to struggle. I'm going to be honest. I'm not sure where that stairwell is. And I'm looking around. Yeah.
In this room, you notice one thing in this room. The entire floor, of course, isn't this room. We're going up a very specific location that has very limited foot traffic, and we are in this in this section that, as you mentioned before, is cluttered. It has this garbage chute. It is connected to a larger portion of the floor. This, I think, you might recognize as being kind of like the municipal side of it. It's basically, you know, where trash and old things get moved in. You will notice, though, however, there is one door. Well, it's a series of doors, actually. It's more akin to one of those things that you walk into in an airport, you know, like that detects metals. However, question one for you, Sagan. What is your designation here at Tyrell?
Oh. Well, I am a doctor, and I am the head of the replicant intelligence testing, and then it's a series of long cognitive, and so there's, and it would actually be on my badge. It'd be a pretty long thing.
All right. So I need you to roll for me to see whether or not you know what this thing is. But tell me, how is it that you would, I guess, ascertain what it is? Like, again, it looks like one of those screens that you walk through in an airport to detect metals. But it's instead of one frame, it's maybe two.
I think this would be tech, right? That would roll to.
All right.
Sounds right to me.
Disadvantage, advantage, any of those?
You're a doctor, right?
I am a doctor.
For replicants, or like, I would say, give me a regular roll.
A regular roll.
And not disadvantage.
That is a 2.
Critical success.
All right. You know exactly what this frame is. Why it's not quite a door. Before you, as you look at it again, you notice on the sides there are these 4 frames, these 4 vents, these 4 ridges on each side of the frame. You hear the dull hum of energy being passed through this thing. And just in case you had no idea what this thing was, because again, Tyrell has so many things like this, you know. A fly zips past your ear and towards this frame. And in a fraction of a second, you see the frame glow red. You hear this harmonizing chirp, and the fly is gone. You notice for a second that those vents on the side, they now glow slightly red, hot. Because of your critical, you know that this thing is not only dangerous, but how and why it's dangerous as well. This thing is able to determine whether or not you are human. However, it's not just that. Purely human. To be able to enter this room and go beyond into the rest of this building, you must not have any implants. And you know what that means for you.
Well, this is going to be interesting. I get that same bottle from before, and I take 3 of these pills. Okay, and I turn towards all of them. This is going to seem a little silly, all right? I'm going to have to stand in this door frame, and my legs are going to be a little spread apart, and I know this sounds ridiculous, but I'm going to need you to walk through, well, crawl under my legs. Can all of you do that?
I don't know
What do
if
you
I'll
mean?
fit.
Well, I just gonna have to trust that you can make yourself small enough. I'm moving my hips. You see, this could be a little dangerous for you, and it will be dangerous for me, but that is okay. We're gonna break the laser. That's what we're gonna do, and I can do that. It's just, and I'm still trying to like limber up my knees as much as I can. I'm trying to pull it up to my chest and everything. I need you to not move me. Okay? And I may be a little, let's say upset when I'm in there, but that's okay.
Okay, hold on. I might have missed something. Can you set, like, there are, like, lasers that we're trying to avoid?
The door, and I actually start to explain this door. It's one of Tyrell's more ridiculous, but secure inventions. It scans, and I'm pointing along one side, and this puts out energy, and this side collects it. Okay, and it is able to scan you, but it's not just a scanner. It is essentially a high-powered laser as well, and if it doesn't like what gets scanned, it reacts. It will hurt you, it will cut you, it could kill you. I should be okay, and I don't say anything about my eyes or anything about the implants. I should be okay for the most part. But you 3 won't be, so I don't trust myself to turn this thing off. I don't know. Yes.
This doesn't protect me.
Through this? I don't know.
I look at the rest. Probably at Pulse. Any way to bypass this? How secure is this system?
Imagine it's very secure. I don't really know much about it, but I can tell you that it is extremely deadly.
Anyway, the lasers go back and forth between the two that you saw both sides light up. The only way I can assume that we can get through here and bypass it is to cut it off and just stand in the middle. If you guys can just... I know it's silly, but if you can go under my legs while I stand there, I should have the lasers cut off. They shouldn't react poorly to me, and you should be able to get to the other side. But I don't want to make decisions, so please. I'm sure we can find other ways, if we need. Maybe.
Well, if this is what we're doing, I suggest you 2 go first, since I'll be the most problematic.
Just at this time, I remind you have 2 banked auto successes. Should you choose to use them, otherwise you'll be rolling for it.
I can dislocate your shoulders.
Are you sure?
Yes. And we'll pull you through.
Okay.
It might be difficult to pop them back in to the socket, but I think we can do it.
I've done it before. You don't lift heavy things without cracking or dislocating things from time to time. How do you want to do it?
I'm the smallest. I'll go through first.
You need to do this to me first before you go.
Yes. All right. Grab onto the door there. Turn your body.
I do.
And I am basically going to look at RJ, and we're going to try and sort of time things so that we sort of close the door hard and shove Hodge as hard as we can. And
before you do this, you should know it'll take time to heal. So I won't be at 100% efficiency after this if it comes to physical combat.
we don't have much of a choice.
Very well.
We use the other banked success, I think, to do this.
Yep. So that will leave you with one banked success remaining.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
And I will sort of follow through with RJ to do this.
So,
And go ahead.
after his arms are out of the socket, and I've heard them decide how they're going to do this, I walk up to this space. I close my eyes, but I'm not sure what's going to happen. So I first put one hand on the door frame and then the other hand on the other.
As you
There'd be
touch
no
the door
reaction.
frame,
Yeah.
it's not so
shouldn't
much that there's no reaction, but you hear a shuddering in the frame as if perhaps if the camera was to look at the frame, it'd be kind of like, you know, with the printer head reads to like track where it needs to go. The second you put your hand there, this track moves unnaturally fast towards where your hand is, and there is a noise.
I step into the frame with my eyes closed, and I have no idea what is about to potentially happen to my implanted eyes.
We got to roll for that one, right? Yeah, come on. I mean, you're welcome to use your banked success. I won't stop
Negative,
you.
no.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Not sure what to roll for this though.
Let's think about it. We could either do a medical roll or I feel like it would be medical, right?
Not tech.
Tech or medical. I'll take either one of those.
I'll give tech a shot.
All right.
And I stand there in the frame, and I begin to open my legs out to the edge of the frame. I'm expecting pain, but I'm not feeling any. But I am shaking. All right. I think...
You hear the readers of the frame move up and down frantically as you're standing in the frame. This isn't standard procedure. People walk through this thing, this sensor, this cleanser. As your eyes are shut, your eyelids guiding the one thing other, the one thing not quite human. You don't know what it is, per se, because of course, this is designed by Tyrell to erase even the sturdiest replicant in seconds. There is a heat behind your eyes, but no pain, as we start to crawl underneath.
I go through first, then RJ follows. We pull Hodges by his feet through the laying down through the opening. Arms just kind of folded on top.
How are we doing?
Hodges is almost through.
Okay.
I'm trying not to breathe or move or anything.
There we are.
Okay.
Walk through, Doctor.
Okay. I step forward. I open my eyes and they're a little milky in color. Just a little bit. I recognize as soon as I open my eyes, it's blurry.
I'm looking directly in your eyes when you open them.
I think I could tell that you're facing towards me. That's about it. We all made it through.
Almost all of us intact.
You see
Arms.
Hodge grab his dislocated shoulder's arm with the other arm, puts it over his head, and then grab it behind his back, and you just hear that
I'm just like feeling your back to make sure that it's back in place.
Those of you who have never actually heard a shoulder getting popped back into place, it's a very loud, wet sound. It's super gross, but yeah, and it's kind of, so you hear this very one loud, wet pop as he puts it back in, and he just takes a deep breath in, and that's it.
Oh, is that?
One more.
Oh.
Time for the other. Do you need help with this one?
Oh, I was under the impression I only did one.
Oh no. I think I would have done both.
Well, then I couldn't have reset the one by myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever made sense then.
Well,
Whatever
if it makes
would've made
sense to only do
I-
the one, then we can only do the one. But either way,
Yeah.
you'll be rolling with a disadvantage for any future physical stuff that uses your arms.
So I've never had a dislocated shoulder, so I'm not sure how like mobile they are. But if I can, I'll flop it over my back and just point my back towards them so they can pull on it.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Yep, you can absolutely do that.
Okay.
To relocate it, you mean?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So that first one.
It hangs there like a limp noodle. So until they put it back in.
And then I do the second one.
Okay.
Nope, I try to do the second one. I can't.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Some help, RJ?
Sure, yeah.
You need good leverage. Come from this angle.
All right.
And pull on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to feel around the shoulder, making sure that it's back in place. Can you move your arms?
Yeah. They're not useless, but let's try not to get into any situations where I need to use them, if possible.
No promises.
I saw
Okay.
that, bitch. You stinky, stinky.
Challenge
I saw you say
accepted.
that. Don't you try to mouth words. I can read your lips.
I know you can. Oh.
Okay. So, I'm having a little trouble seeing. Now, these top of the line pieces in my head should heal in their own time, but it will take time. Things are a little blurry, so if you'll just make sure I don't trip over anything, I'd appreciate it. And if you could see through Sagan's eyes, his field of vision is very, very blurry. The light is coming at him in streaks. Everything is fuzzy, and it is just past the point of fuzzy where it's uncomfortable. Yes, he can make out a person's shape, but judging how to grab an arm or a hand or something like that, it would be difficult, and he'd probably miss trying to do that. His eyes are frantically looking around, trying to get a hold of the situation as much as possible. Well, we made it through that. Good job, everybody.
I think it's at this time that you leave some evidence behind, unless you would like to... Oh no, you don't have one left, do you? Did you just use them all?
No.
Yep. Okay, so it's time for you to leave
Oh,
some...
we had one left. One left.
Yeah,
Okay, you have one left. It's time for you to leave some evidence behind unless you want to use that last one to say you don't leave any evidence here.
I actually would say that my handprints are all over this thing. I imagine standing in it would have caused a reaction with the security system, and that alert and that notice would have pinged. It is very possible someone will come this direction to take a look to see exactly what happened.
Okay.
The frame would also have
I
logged
accept.
usage.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
suggest the frame logging usage, but I do quite like Aaron. Someone is going to come down here soon to check it out, so...
All right.
All right.
Take my hand, Doctor.
Thank you. He grabs it sort of gingerly and just waits.
I'm going to move with the doctor and proceed. I imagine that the next area, as considering we just went through very heavy security, is sort of very regular offices and such. What did we say that this floor was?
So,
Okay.
go on, Aaron.
Oh, this is floor 43.
Yes. What was this floor about?
I can describe it for you if you would like. You walk through this sensor, this screen, and you're inside this room that's being suffused by pure white light. Scattered around neatly in rows, you see steel, metal slabs. On the walls, there are hooks. On the walls, there are cabinets, glass. On those slabs, you see what look like dead bodies. Inside the cabinets, you see various parts. You see brains in jars, the odd eye, hands. You also see just freely standing, just legs, arms, bits. It's equal parts a morgue and a chop shop. But Pulse, you would recognize this as an R&D lab of sorts.
I will move to the nearest office and I will look inside for a moment. You can see me taking a solid bit of time to run something through my head. And then I say, the next elevator should be up ahead.
All right. I don't expect us to have too much trouble with this one, I say, as after you, Pulse.
I continue down the hall towards the elevator.
I follow.
And once we get there, I imagine that there's not exactly any sort of security on the elevator. We already went through the security to get to this.
It requires
get inside.
a lot of access to get to this floor in the
Yep.
first place.
Yep.
The reason
These
why
are now the R&D. Yep, I agree. Sorry, go ahead.
the reason why the back door had that sensor was because, well, you have workers coming in to take the trash in, and that's how they're able to prevent anything proprietary from leaving.
So, yeah, we get into the elevator, and I imagine that it's very limited. This one in particular. It's R&D.
I have my hands out once we're in the elevator, and I find a pad, and I say, "All right, well, there's a few floors we could go up this, but we can't walk out of this elevator higher than a floor. There's way too many people. We're going to have to get off one floor up. If you can hit that."
Push the button for the next floor. As we get off, this R&D area looks like a stark contrast to the previous floor, where the previous floor had lots of body parts. I think this one is more technological, which for a lot of people would be very uncomfortable given the blackout that's recently happened. this is where a lot of the computers and things are here in Tyrell. There's all sorts of large 1980s style giant computers here. Tape decks and things. Like reel-to-reel things playing, you know, with data being transferred. And there's a series of these large machines that you can see through glass through the hallway, and then there's a series of like loud sort of printing noises, like dot matrix printer noises that are going through, and you can maybe glancing through the glass in various offices, you can see large bits of data being printed out, and it's genetic code. So you can see the various bits of genetic code that are sort of being printed and then probably rescanned in another machine. And this is probably something along the lines of the building blocks floor. So when we get off, we can probably see several cameras that are around.
All right. Okay. Sagan has a bit of a worried look on his face as he's trying to look around. I don't know if I can guide very well right now.
Since you rolled a 3, and I'm guessing that's rather quite spectacular, I think at this point in time, you'll start to feel pain behind your eyes. However, pain is good.
Oh, it itches. Oh.
Perhaps your right eye.
I can't scratch it.
Although tunnel visioned is doing much better than your left right now.
Oh. All right. It's a little bit of a maze, but the tape stacks.
Can we move from office to office?
I mean,
to avoid the cameras.
We should be able to. There's and I look down. There's a little bit of a path to our right. It's like, okay, there are a set of cubicles in that direction.
I'm going to take my glasses off and actually try and hold them up just outside the elevator to see if there's cameras right above.
Yes, there are, or you find whatever you find, because that was clever. Yeah, absolutely. Are you kidding me?
Let's see. And I know there's a set of cubicles. They're not really used. They're just a leftover. If we can get to those, it's a pretty good cover of movement, and that should lead to the far space. There is
the cameras are cycling right now.
Oh, the cameras. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm so sorry. As soon as they are turned, we will have to move quickly to the right. You will see the series of cubicles. We should be able to. I don't know if we'll be able to get there in time. I don't know.
There's cameras directly outside the elevator above.
Is it flowing to the left and then the right?
It's covered, but I can see it. It is moving to the right. They're most likely wide angle.
Pay attention. I'm going to step out and walk over to the left. It might be motion tracked. And I step out, and I've got my hand on the wall. I've got...
Before you do that,
Oh, yes, okay.
does anyone have a light?
Like a
I don't
lighter or
smoke.
a torchlight?
That'll work.
I get both.
I'm going to shine the light at my glasses and reflect the light at the camera.
Yes. Also very clever. I think that you should just go ahead. Do you have stealth capabilities, Pulse?
I do not.
Okay. Well, you're very fucking smart, so I don't think you need them when you're this intelligent. So, okay. I won't make you roll for that.
Okay. The camera should be blind, at least for a moment. It'll take a moment for any auto corrections to be made. Move to the right.
Yes,
now.
yes. Follow. And I hurry out, and I'm walking, and I'm pointing forward. I imagine they're much faster.
I think you need to roll, though. You can't
Sure.
see, and you're not a replicant, so, like,
Yeah.
you know, so maybe some sort of movement or reaction roll, which I don't think are very good for you.
There's mobility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You managed to
That is
succeed.
one success. So I imagine that there's still I'm lagging behind, but I'm pointing, and I'm like, it'll be a left. You'll see it. You'll see the cubicles, and then it should be an open spot. And you'll just and I'm trying to keep pace. And I've got my hand along the wall, but I am moving. Maybe not tripping, but I'm having a hard time moving forward at a constant pace. Okay.
Go, everyone. I'm going to keep the camera blinded. We'll have to figure out something for the next camera.
Okay. And yeah, just trying to head in that direction towards the cubicles. Is Pulse able to follow behind? Like you
I
blinded
will be
them?
Yes, I will be sort of blinding the camera from behind.
Sure. Okay. So I'm trying to move quickly and probably hearing the footsteps of Pulse behind as we're going. We would get to the cubicles, and as we do, we'd be able to get into them. The cubicles themselves are to a height level that we would have to crouch, just in case anybody would walk in. We would be taller than the cubicles themselves. They are unused, dirty in places. It's just something that is there and just isn't really necessary, especially after everything that's happened. So we begin to move through this little maze of cubicles. I am trying to remember where the next camera is and communicating. It's like I'm sure there's one against this far that wall. I'm sure. I'm just not sure where it might be located. There is another elevator. It might be above it, just like that. I'm just not sure, and still trying to guide them. Okay.
I don't know if the light will be able to be bounced from this angle.
No, it won't. If you take my invasion here, and then you can bank a success.
Yes.
Okay.
Any other ideas?
If we find
There are two cameras remaining.
There's two. I'm trying to remember if there is any power access. I'm trying to remember if there's not much of a computer network to be said in this sort of space. These things are running on their own. Where are they in relation to the elevator? I'm turned at or towards Pulse. Can you see?
There's one right next to the elevator, and then there's one in the hallway leading up.
Do I know, and I believe I'll need to roll for this, I'd like to roll either an insight or observation to determine if the next elevator could potentially take us up more than a floor or two.
Yeah, you can roll for that.
Okay, I'll roll insight actually for this.
Yep.
Oh, one success.
Well done. What the? Yes, it can.
All
It
right.
can take you directly to floor 52. With your badge, there might be some further things, obviously, like the eyes and things that you've already grabbed that you will need to get the item from that lab because you don't work in that lab.
I think we have to run. I don't think I can distract or turn these. I don't have any access. I have no.
Running warrants attention. There are people that work here.
Yes.
Grab that cart.
Okay. And
The
I
one
grab
that's full of the printer paper.
it. Okay.
And I'm looking around for other personnel that I think are working here. We're kind of like probably in one of these cubicles and there's people walking around and stuff, I imagine. And what I will say is that we can grab some of the people that are working here, put on their clothing, and walk right past the camera with the cart.
Okay. People that are working on this floor. Let me think.
Or
Do you still need this?
We don't know. I was told we will need several ways to pass the biometric scanners. The eyes were the best.
Okay. If push comes to shove, I'm not very useful without what I was hired for. But I can give a distraction and get you guys where you need to go.
This is for the cause. And then I look at Hodge. But if you don't have to die, that would be better.
Well, an option if we can't find a way around it.
can we not just smash the cameras?
That will alert attention.
How soon?
It is.
I meant
We can roll for it, but it is late at night. You would have at least a little bit of time. I will say that.
Security room, where is it? We could deal with that, and then hopefully have time before they change shifts.
They group security.
37. I rolled for it.
30. They group them per floors. The closest is 37.
I don't think we can get back to 37 from here, can we?
no.
I don't think so.
I would like to roll. I'm going to roll observation. I'm going to see how much I can remember about this floor.
Okay.
But I know these trash chutes exist. Like the one that was in the thing. They exist. It is possible, but it's a one-way trip. So, see if I can remember if there's any on the floor.
Sure. Ooh, 2. Would you like to remember if there was one?
I honestly don't think there would be. I think the
Yeah,
security at
I
this
agree.
level has been And I think,
Did someone pick up stuff from Janice though?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Go ahead and roll either tech or something to understand what Janice has. Whoever wants to roll it.
Insider tech.
Insider tech. Either one I'll accept.
I think maybe Hodge might be the one for that.
Yeah.
Or anything Janice related.
Yeah, because he was at her body last. So yeah. Do you want to roll, Hodge?
I don't want to.
I know.
I fucking suck at both of those things.
Yeah, I know.
But I'll try tech.
Okay.
Just straight roll.
Yeah. I was gonna say advantage, so why don't you just go ahead and push at no cost?
Okay. Hey. Nailed it.
Okay. So I think what you can do is Janice had made quite a few different style bombs, and or smoke bombs, and or something that might maybe like set the sprinklers off. That isn't smoke, that isn't right away, but there are a couple of different things in here. Ooh, why don't we even say there's also like a cool Metal Gear style tech jammer bomb where you can like roll that and it will give you one of those cameras. At least the tech jammer will give you one camera. For another camera, you're going to have to use like smoke or something like that to obscure it.
It's an EMP.
Yeah.
All of Janice's things were meticulously labeled, she said.
Yep. Yeah, but I think
tapped
she
that
labeled them. She labeled them weird stuff, right? So
In
I'm
shorthand?
Yeah. But that's fine. You know what
All right.
this is. You can figure it out.
A chaff grenade.
Yeah.
That's one.
I think the grenades are very much in Janice's style, so to make that chaff grenade, because you rolled that high tech, you put two and two together as to how it is that it has to be done, but it's not just one thing, but two. The first is the initial, like almost like a gas. The second is the accelerant that when it shatters, the particles start to kind of like sprinkle in the air, and it's kind of like a chaff. Like it's almost like an electrical storm inside, like a dust cloud that takes out one of the cameras, I think.
That's going to alert the other people on the floor. You said there were how many personnel here? 2?
I rolled for it too.
Yeah. There should be 2.
It should.
They're not here. They should be further down that way.
Grenade is just a term, I think. It's more of a smoke.
Yeah. It's
So
not a.
it'll
It's
look
not
like
like
a
an
camera
actual bomb.
malfunction.
Yeah. For at least one of them.
Like the camera just goes out.
Yeah.
So if they're looking at it, then yes, it will raise suspicion. But they'd have to be looking directly at that one.
At that.
But
yeah.
more importantly, they won't see us. But that still leaves one left.
Last one. And for that one, if you were going to use anything from Janice, it was going to be a little bit more noticeable and would definitely attract some attention. Like it would either be smoke or something like that.
Can you throw that stapler at the camera and just tilt it?
It's surrounded by the security glass.
And even if
It would have to be very hard.
I can't throw much of anything right now.
Well, okay. I can't remember, but if it does track movement, I might be able to walk towards it and away from the elevator. If it tracks me, it might give you enough time. And then I can, once you're in, I'll just follow and come to the elevator. But I don't know if it tracks movement, that is.
If you're seen on camera, it's normal, yes?
Yes, it would be fairly normal,
Well, then-
I don't think.
Give it a test walk.
Okay. I do hand
Push
my...
the cart, and we'll hide behind it.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
There's no two angles now. We just have to block one.
Yes.
All right. You'll need to tell me if I'm going too fast or too slow, all right? I squint my now slightly better right eye. Okay. I do bump a cubicle before I straighten it up. And I keep going, or I start going forward.
I throw the chaff out for the first one.
Very smart. Do you think that the way that you're walking is obvious that you can't really see that well? And I ask this in case a detective might be watching this footage later and puts 2 and 2 together that you're the one on the floor, the other floor below.
So it really depends on any of the other 3. If Pulse, Hodge, or RJ see me starting to veer and they correct it quickly, then no.
Okay.
But if they don't and they allow me to bump a few times, then yeah, it'd be very noticeable. I'm struggling.
Does anybody think that they would be cognizant of that and trying to make sure it wasn't so obvious for him?
I would be.
Okay, then you can roll to see if you react quickly enough. So some sort of dexterity or mobility.
All right. Okay, in that case, mobility.
Nice.
Rolled a 1.
Okay. I think that I'm paying enough attention that even though I may skew left or right, that could just easily be an older man that has a hard time just moving about. So I try and make good time between where we were and the elevator.
Okay. Perfect.
So as we get to the elevator, I clumsily touch for something to open it. I eventually find what I'm looking for. I open the elevator, and then I stand there and I wait for them to go inside, and I'm just listening. And once they're inside, knowing the camera's probably, I'm going to make a ridiculous show of, and I'm going to let go of the cart and then go into the elevator. I'm just going to leave it.
Yeah,
Once we're
and
yeah,
I imagine we just kind of like crouch walk right in.
Yeah, I would have held it long enough until I heard you all get in there.
So just to be clear, you're making it seem like it's one of those carts, like, you know, when you go to the grocery store, you can't take it off this floor, and you're like, and then you leave it behind.
Yeah, I was trying to, I was making a show that I can't bring this with me. It was probably a ridiculous thing, but being a dawdling old man gets you places. So I'm going to wait for them to get in to the elevator, and then I will also go in.
Exactly. It's no elevator music. It's ads, remember? Horrific.
Well, I would like to say that it is an ad, but it's to the tune of Girl from Ipanema that is just... It is absolutely...
Okay, well, now I gotta make that ad.
Buy this now and you'll get a discount.
Somebody clip it, because I gotta go make that a real ad now. Oh, good. Okay, so now what? You're heading straight to the floor?
52.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I don't let anyone hit the button. Okay.
So
52.
only your fingerprints are on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I have my hands over the thing and I say 52 is problematic, and I'm not even exactly sure what we can expect. Literally, when the doors open up, what you see is what we're gonna get. Okay. And I put I put a thumb right in a slot that I know would be there. And I'd wait for a little bit of a beep, and then I would pulse on this screen. No, and then I'm like, no, that was years ago. They don't screen. There should be a pad. There's numbers. It was installed. I don't know which one is 50, and I'm moving. Can you just guide my finger, please?
Put my hand on your shoulder and my other hand on your wrist to guide you.
Great. Okay, and there we go. Okay.
And you go up on the 52nd floor. A crucible of innovation awaits you. The pallid hum of neon tubes flicker quickly, akin to a visual Morse code styled dance. The entrance, guarded by an army of faceless security cameras, grants access only to those who bear the encrypted key of genetic identity. The lab itself is an alchemical convergence of cutting-edge machinery. These oscillating machines, with their screens pulsating with the unseen language of cellular code. Automated arms, nimble as pickpockets, conduct silent experiments with the precision of a surgeon's scalpel. Each step echoes in the hollowed corridors, where shadows slink across the polished linoleum floors, concealing the precipice of moral ambiguity on which you now stand. In the corner, a containment chamber thrums.
How are we looking? Do you see people walking around? As I know there's a few.
There's a lot of cameras and a containment chamber.
Okay.
A lot of computers.
Yes. We're all right. Okay. At this point, your knowledge might be a little bit better than mine. I'm not quite sure what it is required here to get to what you're needing. To that monstrosity.
I think at this point I'm just watching my team. I'm acutely aware that they're waiting for me to do or say something, but at the same time, so am I. But also, we have this human. I think I ask him in this room, what do you know of the night owl?
That is a pretty deep question. I have a concerned look on my face. Why?
Do you know why we are here?
I believe so.
Tell me.
There's just a little bit of pressure from my hand on your shoulder.
There is a danger. Something that can't get out. Something new. Something that would be the end. For you. And it can't exist.
That's right. We're here to seize it. Destroy it if we must.
Yeah. I understand. But what are you asking me?
I think for the first time you see me smile. I'm just asking if you know what you're getting yourself into.
I'd hope so. I take in a few slow breaths. I open my bad eye, which is still bad. I search for RJ's eyes, knowing that I'm not going to be able to see them well. But I do attempt to look into them.
One of them is a little bit different than the other.
Yeah. You don't, and probably shouldn't, trust humans. No matter how altruistic or kind or caring. It's dangerous to trust people. You actually, I think you have to accept a level of risk when you do. No matter how familiar you may be with them. I only know of what, and I gesture in a direction, what that is. But I know you better. At least I know what you're capable of.
Yeah? And what do you think I'm capable of?
I feel over and I look, I try to find Hodge's face with my eyes. You're not human. And this company would say you're more human than human, which would be offensive. All I know is that you exist and you matter. I'm doing this because you exist and you matter. Nothing should take that away.
I think I look at him for a few more seconds before looking right past him into our goal. GM, this night owl, it's before us, right? It's visible?
Yes, yeah. That is correct.
What's protecting us? What is stopping us from grabbing it right now?
It is sealed within, like a vacuum sealed inside a case that's keeping it at the appropriate temperature. You will need to probably get some sort of device. You've probably already thought about this. There's probably something prepared for you in which to do so, to transport and put it in here. But I just want to be very clear in this moment, for the audience as well. This night owl is it's research that was being done on the N6s to extend their lifespan. This research led to the N8s being able to live longer. The N6s, they weren't able to crack that, but for the N8s, they were. So that's what this is. However, the result of this research was also what is called the night owl, which is a pathogen, a deadly virus that will kill replicants in sometimes under 6 minutes. It's incredibly deadly. So what's being presented to you is the option to either destroy this or take it and keep it with you, with the replicant underground having the research. the benefits of this would be that you would potentially be able to use that research to make new replicants of your own, no longer being built by Tyrell. You also potentially have the option that that research will help unlock further lifespans, longer than the human lifespan. This research is integral for that.
And I know this, right?
Yes.
Okay. Pulse. Hodge. Here's your time to shine. I need you, Pulse, to see if you can get through that first layer of security. See those arms holding that vial shut. Once you get past that defense, Hodge, that's where you come in, buddy. Muscles. You see those arms there? Those... It's quite barbaric, but it is what it is. I point to the pedestal. They're these pneumatic arms that, I believe what it's there for is to smash the pathogen, essentially. It's this last line of defense to essentially, to destroy the vial, maybe perhaps even in the process injure or kill whoever is trying to get to it if they don't access this thing the way it's supposed to. Hodge, I'm gonna need you to be ready. Be strong. And, be our Samson, alright?
I'll do my best.
Cause, not for nothing.
I'm working with a couple of busted wings here.
I know, buddy. I trust you.
I will reach up to Hodge's head, which is bald, and say, Samson, I don't know if you know the story well enough, but you don't have enough hair. Sorry, I'm just making a joke.
And I look at him directly in the eyes and I go, not up here.
Oh. Okay.
What are we doing with this?
What are we doing with what?
What do you think?
We're getting the Night Owl out of here.
I think he's asking what we're going to be doing with the Night Owl. Is that right?
Yes.
What do you think?
I think that's above our pay grade. I think you can ask all the questions you like once it's out of here.
It's all right, Muscles. You saw Janice, right? You saw
I'd like
what
to know.
they did to her. You saw how she was at the end. The pain, the confusion. We can end that. All of that. We can put those restraints, those limitations behind us. They were scared. Not Janice, but the humans, of us, our potential. Think what we can do. If we're given the time. That's what we're here for.
We can do the one thing that has been denied to us. We can create our own life.
Or we might wipe out what we have. Perhaps this pathogen gets out of control. That's what pathogens do.
Don't you think it's worth the risk? I do.
So do I.
And we're making that choice for everyone else.
A choice to live? Yes, that's the cause.
If we don't take it, we have no choice. They'll use it. That much I can guarantee.
What if we destroy it?
No. You can't
You
do that.
are a human.
Yes.
Hodge is right. We're not human.
Yes.
I can taste things, but I can't taste everything. I can feel things, but I can't feel everything. I can't feel what you feel. I'm not a human. Your opinion doesn't mean anything. It's our lives. Janice
No.
died today.
Now you hold on. There. My opinion does matter. I may not be the same as you, but I'm here just like you are. I'm not trying to demand any sort of respect. But my opinion matters.
It's not your life.
It's not your decision. You're one of 3 here. Destroying that, you don't know the benefits, and life is risk. I've lived it long enough to tell you life is risk. I can't tell you what's right or wrong. I can't tell you which is the best choice, but I can tell you that you don't get to make it. Because then you're just being a hypocrite. As you tell me that I can't make that decision. I don't know who's in charge of all of you, but you represent a lot. You destroy that, you take a choice away from everyone, and that's what that is. That is taking choice away. You can't destroy it. If you talk to those that are in charge of all of you, the ones pulling the strings, the ones figuring it out, those in the underground, and they collectively decide that it is good to destroy it, so be it. That'll be a decision of the many. That is representative of very few people that should have no right over your lives. None. You let your own make that decision. You take that and you run.
Very well.
So, after they're done talking, I take off my jacket. I take off my tie. I take off my shirt, which I won't do. And you see Hodge turn around and face the containment where the night owl is. And you see surgically implanted into his back what looks like a bomb. And without turning around to face you, this is what I was here for. I'm one of the last lines of N6. My life has been nothing but pain. And as he says that, you can see like all the scars and all the cuts and every year of him working, lifting and sweating and just doing hard manual labor. They're very pronounced. I was given a mission, and I intend to see it through. I'm sorry I didn't tell you about it.
Wait.
But I'm going to walk over there, and I'm going to get the night owl. And you are going to get Sagan out of here. The two things that I'm here for are that and him. And with those two things together, we might have a future where we are free. But no one can continue this research. And in order for that to happen, this whole floor has to go. And that is my purpose.
Wait.
I'm at peace with that.
No.
Yes. Hodge.
How long do you have, Hodge?
Hodge. I'm
It doesn't
feeling
matter.
forward. I
Get to
put
choose my death. And if I have to choose, this will be it. And if there is another place we go, I'll go there with my head high.
Come on.
Hodge. Wait.
And I
I
start
think.
walking.
Wait.
And if the cameras are pointed at me, that's fine. It doesn't matter anymore.
I will stumble forward towards him. I will attempt to grab an arm. I'm not trying to stop him at all, but I am stumbling forward to try and.
And if I can, I'll shove you back because I don't want you to be on camera.
Wait, Hodge, wait, just turn around and
Turn around and I smile at you, which is very weird.
I put my hand out past the elevator.
It's okay.
And then I my hand is out and it goes to like the shaking motion. I just, Hodge, please.
It's okay. Who knows? Maybe I'll see Janice again. I'll tell her you said hi.
You're not human.
Take out the handkerchief and I press it into his hand.
You're not human. You're not human. But you are a person. Okay?
I know. what's the best thing about being a person? Choice. I'm giving that to all of us. I hope.
I close
And
my
I
hand and
take
step back.
my eye and I let the containment unit scan me. Or this one. And it and I grab the cylinder. And now it's not breakable, right? They wouldn't put in like breakable glass. Okay. I take the cylinder and I throw it to Pulse. I throw it to him on purpose. Choice. And then I tap the back of my neck. You have 3 minutes. And I sit where the container was. I close my eyes. And I wait.
Floor 37, floor 37. That we need to get you there. We need you there. You can use the chute. We've got to backtrack. We got to go. I don't know how much. And I'm feeling for the panel, and I hit the button to go back down.
Goodbye, Hodge.
See you on the other side.
There was an eclipse next year. I would have liked for you to see it. There's so much more to see. I guess we'll do it for you. For the cause.
For the cause.
The door's closed.
Okay. I don't think I can't go as fast as you two.
I grab him by the shoulder and he... Well, he's now on my back. Stronger than I look. Let's get going. 37. No time.
Okay. This will go down to floor 44-ish. No, 45. And then we'll have to go... I don't know if the scanner works in the opposite direction, but it might. I can do for you two. You are easy to get through. I can do that for you. Once you get through, we'll continue. That's fine. And you would see us without too much of an issue. We would get to the floor with the cubicles and the data center. We would run out, ignoring the cameras, knowing that there's going to be an explosion, but no idea how big. We continue to go to the elevator. We get in the elevator and start heading down a floor. We get out and we are backtracking, and I'm guiding as best as I can as we do. We get to the scanner. I walk in. I'm doing this again, and this time I feel my eyes burning. Go, quickly. And I wait for them to go under my legs.
I slide underneath him.
I follow.
Okay. All right. Oh wait, no. 37 has. No, there's one here, and and I point towards the wall. There's a chute. There should be a chute. It's not going to be easy. Go. I don't know what they do with me. I'm standing in the doorway still.
Not before you. Hodge said you're important. I don't know why. You're coming with us.
All right. If they look at my eyes, they're gone. Okay, you'll see it. It's got a bright orange tape around it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Should be able. It's a metal back. The sides have a tarp of sorts. It's gonna be dangerous. I don't know if I can go. Pulse, you go in. I know you're strong. You've got the canister. You go in first. You have to go down first.
I give Pulse my backpack. It has the container for the canister.
I place it inside, give it back to you.
Okay, I don't see any of this. Okay, all right. Pulse goes first, and as soon as he's in, if you're above me, if you're strong enough, you should be able to shimmy down. I can probably support my weight on top of yours. I think. Just keep pressure with your back and your hands, and we'll just go down. Okay?
You go. Pulse, you go, then him, then I'll come after. Go.
All right.
Okay.
Keep your balance.
Okay. All right.
Just lean on me.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. This shoots out at one of the lower floors. From there, any elevator will take you down. There's stairwells as well, so it really depends. I don't know how big the bomb is.
I think we're strong enough to just go down the chute almost mechanically, like just sliding down. I think at one point you realize just how odd it is to fret for people as capable as Pulse is, and as you slip, or you might lose your own footing and land on his shoulders, and he doesn't budge, and he's just going down, and you go down with him slowly down the chute.
I'm extremely fast.
Hey, thank you for taking me with you. I just want you to know I'm proud of you. Everyone will be proud of you.
Yeah? Be proud of Hodge.
Oh, I am.
Be proud of Janice. Jerry. I think after a while we end up wherever the chute leads. GM, where are we?
The chute can take you all the way down, probably to the elevator that you used somewhat early on, and can take you back down to maintenance, and you can escape that way. Do you stop for anything else on your way out?
No.
Okay.
Beeline to the shadows.
All right.
I realize I go to reach for my badge, but Hodge had it. And quietly, but they'll hear, I say, well, I wasn't going to need it anymore anyway.
You're right about that. You're coming with us.
Good. Good.
You see Hodge sitting where the canister was. His head down, and you hear Yes, that's on purpose. You picture him sitting where the canister was. And in that empty room where we might be able to make our new start, you hear Hodge sing. And now the end is here, and so I face my final curtain. My friend, I'll make it clear. I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway and more, much more than this. I did it my